The other thing I hear a lot is that digital publishing is destroying print publishing, and my wife is always saying that in 10 years no one will be buying books. Well, I don't agree. I think there's something wonderful about, I know I'm a dinosaur, but holding a book in your hands, you know, the way it feels, the tactile sensation, the way it smells, especially better paper. The way it's the perfect technology. You can go forward, you can go backward, you can stop, you can let it resonate in your mind and think about it, carry it around with you in your head all day. And I'm always, you know, waiting to get back to my book. I'm currently just reading, by the way, Marilyn Robinson's wonderful novel, Home. Has anybody read that? Yeah. She wrote Housekeeping, won the Pulitzer Prize. Good writer. Not a housekeeper. So the other myth I hear is that only best-selling writers and brand-name writers are able to sell their books these days because business is so lousy. Well, that's not true. It's just not true. They're very, of course, we all, as a book publisher, I certainly am happy to be able to sign up a guy like Irv Yalom, whose last 3 books were bestsellers, you know, or Michael Guri or Michelle Borba, people who have a tremendous track record on books. Not very many of those people around. The truth is, what every book publisher is really looking for is the next big thing. The next big thing, not the last big thing that somebody else has locked up for the next 5 or 6 years, but the next big thing that you can pay less for, first of all, which is why you need an agent to protect yourself from people like me. But the next big thing, the young author who has 5 or 6, 7, 8, who knows how many books left to go, and is not currently tied down, and also doesn't have a track record. No track record is good, because then you can't say, well, the last book didn't sell very well, or you know, it's just that's a middle-range book. What I want is this book. So if you have no track record, in some ways, that's an advantage. So emerging authors, new faces, the next new thing, the unknown is the dream. Acquiring a book for a book editor like myself, and all my colleagues too, is like falling in love. It's a passion. It's something that just strikes you, resonates for you, and makes you want to get to work on it, get it out there and publish it, and see it succeed. Everything is changing, because in the old days, first of all, it was much more of a boys' club, or a men's club. There were very few women in the business when I started. Women are much more active in the business now. In fact, most book publishing employees are women. And my boss is a woman, the publisher of my company, the CEO of my company is a woman. And it really changes things. It's a wonderful, different kind of more democratic, egalitarian environment culture. And not quite so closed-mouthed and macho. So, but among the other changes is all the old ways of selling books are really pretty much tossed out the window. It used to be you get great reviews, take a big ad in the New York Times, and that was it. And hopefully the book did well. Well, ads in the New York Times, what's left of the New York Times has gotten so thin, the book review section I'm talking about, they're just not as powerful as they were. If you look at the bestsellers, including literary bestsellers, my friend Garth Stein wrote a book called The Art of Racing in the Rain, which has sold 1 million copies. It's never been reviewed in the New York Times. It doesn't matter. What's selling books and what has always sold books was never that predictable or controllable or scientific. It's something we call buzz, word of mouth. What is that? That means you say to you, I like this book, have you read it? Read this book I like. That's really what you're trying to do and create in your marketing efforts and publishers' marketing efforts. And publishers have no clue really how to do that. We don't. We just kind of try to see what's going to stick on the wall. And we publish a lot of books because most of them fail. Most of them lose money. 80–90% of all books that are published never sell more than 1,000 copies and don't have a second printing and are pulped. This is true. I'm sorry to say that. It's daunting but true. The reason is too many books are repetitive and mediocre. It's too cheap to publish a book. It's unlike a film or a record, which costs a lot more to produce. So it's easy to take chances. It's easy to invest what sounds like a lot of money, but $100,000 to print the book. It's mostly paper, by the way. And see if it succeeds. That's what Michael Larson calls market testing. We don't do any market testing. We publish the book, that's the market test. That's his line.